We've seen my top 10 games of 2018, but what about the game remakes, remasters and re-releases of 2018? These titles will not only be ranked based on the quality of changes and updates brought to these classics, but how good the original games are. Let's begin. Devil May Cry HD Edition. This collection brings the glorious PlayStation 2 hack-and-slash Devil May Cry series back to life, even if only with minimum updates and even some new problems. Whilst Devil May Cry 1 is great, the pizza-wielding Dante is at his best in Devil May Cry 3, with incredibly stylish gameplay that holds up well today, and a rocking metal soundtrack that helps keep you entranced in that gameplay. Zone of the Enders 2. Zone of the Enders boasts some of the slickest and most polished 3D mecha gameplay in existence. The soundtrack is pretty great as well, but anime characters and cutscenes may be a turn-off for some. I'm always happy to see Zone of the Enders return with some updates. Sadly, this time they've dropped remastering the original Zone of the Enders 1, which isn't quite as good as the sequel, but still a pretty good time. Sunset Overdrive. A solid open world game that promotes skillful and stylish gameplay with some great music design. Sunset Overdrive was something I had personally held off on. The re-release on PC seemed like a perfect excuse to give this game a go, and it ended up being quite a pleasant surprise. Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. I've had my fingers crossed for a remaster of Final Fantasy XII for a while, as I'd never fully finished the PS2 game, and the Zodiac Edition offered some new additions and changes. A solid entry in the Final Fantasy series, yet there's some controversial points such as the combat system, which borrows a bit from Final Fantasy XI's MMO gameplay style, and the Gambit system, which requires you to manually program your character's AI. To be honest, I found a lot of satisfaction in successfully making use of the Gambit system, and programming characters effectively into certain roles such as tanks or healers. Bayonetta 1 and 2. The Wii U wasn't exactly my favourite games console, so I was really happy to see, in particular, Bayonetta 2 come to the Switch. Timely dodging attacks feels fantastic and rewarding, with time slowed down for the opportunity to get some extra attacks in. While the gameplay is phenomenal, Bayonetta herself can be a bit too smutty for her own good at times. Can't wait to see more on Bayonetta 3. Sonic Mania Plus. The fantastic 2D platformer Sonic Mania never actually got a physical release. That is until 2018, where it was also brought to the Switch platform and packaged with the extra Plus content. I love the high-speed gameplay, the moments of precision-based platforming, and awesome boss battles. Sonic Mania is the best Sonic game I've played for over 20 years, and the Plus edition only enhances the experience. Encore mode in particular is a great new way to re-experience the 2D platforming, with some new mechanics and gimmicks. Nier Automata Become as Gods Edition. Going for all the endings in this game is a must. I've loved every minute of this game. I only regret that I hadn't played this sooner. The game's music, story and gameplay are all brilliant. It's a well-polished experience that may tug on your heartstrings. Dark Souls Remastered. Brought to modern consoles and the Switch for on-the-go gaming, and while not a particularly huge visual update from the original Dark Souls gameplay, the atmosphere and challenging experiences offered with Dark Souls are just so brilliant I could replay this game till the end of time. And now I can even play Dark Souls anywhere on the go with the Switch. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. The original 3 PlayStation 1 Spyro games completely remade in one package is such good value for money. The remade worlds of Spyro Reignited are consistently colourful and vibrant. Apart from a few camera related issues, the 3D platforming is still really enjoyable. I may even recommend trying Spyro Reignited even if you hold no nostalgia for the series. The original and first Spyro the Dragon would without a doubt have to be my favourite of the 3 games. Nonetheless, I still found it addictive going for 100% completion in all 3 games. Shadow of the Colossus. Whilst an incredibly short base game, the experience of hunting and destroying each of the various Colossus is incredibly fun and quite unique in this remake. The staggeringly huge Colossi always look magnificent, brilliantly enhanced by the visual updates and made only more apparent through the addition of photo mode. This is the perfect example of how games should be remade. I regretfully missed out on the original Shadow of the Colossus. It's only thanks to this remake that I can truly appreciate what a great gaming experience the Shadow of the Colossus is. That's my top 10 remasters, remakes and re-releases of 2018. Are there any other games you think are missing from my list? Why not post them below, and if you haven't already seen my top 10 games of 2018, then make sure you check it out.